Okay, question 6. We're looking at sketching a graph and stating the range. So I look here and I've got a graph and I know straight away that it has a C value of 4. So at 4 is going to be the y-intercept. Okay, we should be able to see that. The constant at the end is the y-intercept. If you haven't got that by now, you need to work that out. It's also positive, which means that it is a happy graph. So it'll be going upward. So there's no x-intercepts. We don't need to look for them. We're told that it goes from -2 to 1. So let's work out what is the values at -2 and 1. So I'm going to use function notation. F of 1 equals 1 squared plus 4 equals 5. So we have a value of 5 when x equals 1. And f of -2, -2 squared. Make sure you put it in the brackets if you're using a calculator for this. Otherwise, it'll square the 2 and not the negative. We get a value of 8. Okay, so a value of 8. And so if I terminate, I'm going to put a little black dot. There's 8, there's 5. I'll get out my eraser so it's accurate. Sort of accurate. And so it asks for the range. The range goes from 4, which is the lowest point. The lowest value is 4 to 8, which is the highest point. The range are the values of y. So it goes from 4 through to 8. That's my range. Next one. This one tells us to sketch the graph giving the range. So the range are the y values. I'm going to give you a bit of a hint here. We're not going to worry about actually finding the x values. If it was nice and easy to find them, I may look at that, finding the x-intercepts, but I'm only going to look at the y-intercept. So the y-intercept is 6 when x equals 0. Now the other thing I'm going to look for is the turning point of x, which is -b over 2a, which will be -3 over 2 times 2 equals 3/4. And so when x equals 3/4, y equals 2 times 3/4 squared minus 3 times 3/4 plus 6. And so I end up with 9 on 16, and 2 times that would give me 18 on 16 minus 9 on 4 plus 6. Working that out, 18 on 16 minus 36 on 16, multiplying top and bottom by 4, and 6 times 4 is 24 on 16. Adding all that up, I end up with positive 6 on 16, which gives me 3/8. And so I have the value of 3/4 and 3/8 as a turning point. I'm not going to bother with the other values. It's said to find the range, so I've got when x equals 3/4, so there's 1. So 3/4, it's -3/8, so it goes down to about there. I have a turning point, I have a axis intercept of 0.6, so I'll just fix that line up. Goes through 6, so it's quite a steep one, up and down. And so when I master the range, I can easily say that the range is from 3, it should be a square bracket, 3/8 through to positive infinity with the round bracket. And if I was actually asked the domain, this doesn't ask you for the domain, but I will state it just so you can see it's -infinity to positive infinity round brackets. Now for the last 3 questions, 8, 9 and 10, I simply want you to use either your graphics calculator for those that have it, but otherwise just use Desmos, type in the equation into Desmos, and to use those the shapes that you get, your sketches, um, from what you use in Desmos. So I'm not actually wanting you to spend the time working out how to graph this. It's about looking at the graphs and looking at what its domain and range is. So it's about what's domain, what's range. Okay.